discovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, D.A. Thank you. We don't see this very often, Clark, but tonight's two teams that really thrive in the half court.
Yeah, and you know, they can get up and down, and we'll see them do that some, but they much prefer, Kevin, simply to grind it out.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Aldridge out there with Nurkic, and it's Hezonja in at the small forward. And for the Nets, now this Bertans out there with Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Irving at the one spot.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Harris kicks to Bertans. Outside Durant. Here's the teardrop. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Man, it's so impressive the way Durant gets that floater off so fast. I mean, at nearly 7 feet tall with guard-like quickness, that should almost be outlawed.
McCollum drops in the layup for 2. McCollum's got 5 now.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
It's Durant on the wing. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Bertans. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State. And stolen by Lillard.
How about the energy and activity on that play? Great steal.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Pass to Irving. Count it.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And this is how you want to start the ball game. 4 for 4 from the field. Seems like they're right on point and can't miss.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
And Clark, ordinarily quiet by nature, LaMarcus Aldridge has become a more outspoken leader in recent years.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone for the good of the team. Aldridge is, by nature, a laid-back, quiet guy, and sometimes that can work against a team. But in his case, he realized that he needed to be more vocal and stepped into doing that.
The first.
Yeah, you know, players like Aldridge are a little bit of a diminishing breed in the NBA, a master in the low post with all sorts of ways to score in the paint.
And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Irving passes to Durant. The kick out to Irving. 6 to shoot. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And the dunk by Zubac.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Now here's Lillard. He's coming off a 25-point game against Memphis. Pulls up. Portland no good that time either.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's McCollum. He can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Harris. And it's Harris with the ball for Brooklyn, trailing by 5.
He's not an easy guy to get a shot up and over. Aldridge has those long arms, and his timing's good, too.
McCollum, no good. The Nets have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Puts it up from 12. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic.
And a moment here to check out some numbers for Nurkic. Last season, he played outstanding. 12th in rebounding and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And we talked about how strong he was on the boards, going hard at it at both ends last year, really helping out his team. Right side, Durant. Now, here's Monk. Defense right on him. Hernan Gomez kicks to Green. Passes to Durant. Over Hazonia. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Man, Durant is a flat-out baller, showing off his wily strength on these tough finishes. He's a thin guy, but he's a strong guy.
How great to see KD back on the court. That heartbreaking moment where he went down in Game 5 of the 2019 Finals. Wow, so hard, Greg, to watch.
And KD clearly gave everything he had to try and win in the finals. Warriors fans appreciate his efforts. Softened the blow as he left for the Nets. The Warriors ownership already promising to retire Durant's number up in the rafters.
And even after the Achilles tear for Durant in the 2019 Finals, he got a huge contract after he opted out.
Most teams felt they were willing to pay him while he rehabbed for a year. That was the case as the Nets gave him a 4-year max money deal. His next chapter is underway as he changed his number to 7.
Here's Bowman. Portland no good that time either. Brooklyn trailing. Here's Graham. He nails it, and we're tied up.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to.
And now, here's Hazonia. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. To the left side wing. Bowman. And that time, also a missed shot. Tie game in Brooklyn. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and the versatility this roster has.
I like our depth. I like that we could play, we could play big, we could play small, we can match up with a lot of different teams. And it's just a matter of us going out there and playing consistent basketball. It's easier said than done. But we like where we are right now. We just got to continue to keep getting better.
It's clear KD is very happy playing with this group of guys.
That's why he signed here. But you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Montrezl Harrell is out there with Hernan Gomez, and it's Durant, and there's Monk, and it's Graham in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question. I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
Well,
there are some guys that just look to score, Clark, whenever they can. And Malik Monk is one of those players.
Yeah, he's an electrifying offensive player. And he reminds me a little bit of the dynamic and it seems like ageless Jamal Crawford with his ability to score in bunches. Not saying that he ignores his teammates or anything like that. It's just that he's a scorer, and when he's on the court, that's what he's thinking about doing.
2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Boy, Monk is so lethal and efficient as a scorer. I mean, great range, always hunting his shot. I'd like to see him work on his passing, but, man, he can put it in the basket.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Bowman, frame defending. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
Now, here's Monk. Takes the 13-footer. A rebound by Hazanya. Simons surveying the D. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Trailblazers. On Sunday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets. And then on Tuesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The first free throw is good. The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in. Both good from the line that time. Nets trail by 4. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Pass to Monk. Shot from the wing. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
You've got to be up on Monk all the time. I mean, even when the pass has not gotten to him yet, you need to be there before it arrives because he's ready to let it go when he catches it.
Now, here's Lillard. Three-pointer. Bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Adding to their lead, and you see that field goal percentage for the game steadily heading north.
And then Lillard slams it in.
But you have to respect the quickness of Lillard now because he's excellent at using his hands to complement those quick feet to come up with steals.
Here's Grant. The pass to Monk. Harris outside. Nets passing it around. 5 on the clock. Harrell kicks to Monk. From deep 3-point range. And no good that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. Last time they met was in Portland this season.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
And, you know, as you said, Greg, when you are in foul trouble, it makes you less aggressive defensively. And when that's the case, it's hard to offer the kind of resistance that you need to. That was in the back of the mind, the foul trouble they were in.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here's Lillard. 9 points in the game so far. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
When he was drafted, Damian Lillard said he wanted to go to the Blazers with the 6th pick. The opportunity to play right away and be embraced by the city of Portland.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Zubac is checked in for Hernan Gomez. Bertanis comes in for Harrell. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Malik Monk. And Portland with a change here, too. Nurkic checked in for Anthony Simmons. Portland leading by 7. And Damian Lillard says, Greg, win or lose, he wants to stay in Portland. He keeps his residence there year-round.
And talk about his loyalty. In high school, lightly recruited. He ends up committing to Weber State. His senior year, all the big schools come calling. And Lillard kept his commitment. That shows you how he's built.
Here's Irving following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. Irving's shot is good.
Yeah, you know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
And that one, good. McCollum's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now here is Harris. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. His first shot coming late, and he nails the jumper.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
It's McCollum on the wing. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. That'll do it for the first half. Trailblazers lead by 7. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. They stepped up their game in the second quarter, and the score began to tilt in their favor. It's now a 7-point lead for them here at the half. That's all for now. Say goodbye.
Just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Well, we've got a moment left set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Hezonja is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Nurkic in at the center. Here's Irving. A stupendous finish in traffic. Irving's got 8.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Hezonja with the ball. Working on Bertans. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Aldridge against Harris. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists tonight.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge. We're seeing more and more young coaches in the NBA. Think this is a trend? Is it completely circumstantial? What's your view on it?
Well, I think you've got more younger coaches that are capable and able to coach. And the league is quite young, too. I think it's a current trend. But we've seen that before in decades past when it seems the wave of coaches are younger. I think it's more or less kind of the cycle of life that we see across a lot of different industries.
McCollum with the ball, now guarded by Monk, and Lillard gets it to go.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Irving against Lillard. Zubac trying to break loose. Monk's shot's good. Monk's got his second bucket tonight.
Enjoying watching Monk handle the rock now. He has the ability to glide through the defense and does a nice job creating for himself.
Here's McCollum. And the rejection by Harrell. Here's Irving. Another shot. KD can't get it to go.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Lasagna, the pass to Collins. Lillard attacking. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Pass to Monk. Back to Irving. Over Lillard. No good from Irving. Trailblazers leading by 10. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Yusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20, 25, and 5 game, the Bosnian Beast, making a name for himself.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
1:52 left in the third quarter. Harrell dishes to Graham. Pass to Irving. The teardrop falls in. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Bowman covered by Irving. 1:22 left to play here in the third. Bowman, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. And here's Irving. He's got 10. Pass to Graham. Irving with the ball. Outside, KD kicks it to Graham. Here's Hernan Gomez. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Just 2 to shoot. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Nets trail by 12. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Davis Bertans comes in for Harrell, and Harris subbed in for Kevin Durant. Bowman covered by Irving. Here's Lillard, and it's good from the elbow. Lillard's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. And he's been absolutely relentless.
Now, here is Irving. From deep. Missed. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Trailblazers out in front. They lead by 12. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. Great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Harris, Hernan Gomez out there with Davis Bertans. Then there's Irving. And it's Graham, and it's shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
The airtight handle of Irving, just leaving defenders in his dust.
And Lillard kicks to McCullough. Back to Lillard. Now the pass to Aldridge. Lillard, right side. Great D that time from Irving. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. It's a 10-point game. Irving double team. And finish off by Hernan Gomez.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And you talk about shot makers. C.J. McCollum, one of the best in the game. From mid-range, you could argue he's the best, flat out.
And you look at the shot chart for McCollum. He's a threat rate from everywhere.
Able to hit off the bounce, pulling up. At his height, he's got to be creative, making space for his shot.
There's the pass to Harris. Back to Bertans. Zubac trying to break loose. And it's off the back rim. No good. McCollum against Irving. And it goes down 2 points. McCollum's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
The shot by Monk is no good.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
Lasagna, the pass to Nurkic. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Here's Irving, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Irving's got 10 points here in the second half.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Look, among the bigs, which one do you think runs the floor the best?
Boy, I tell you, Anthony Davis is gazelle-like, and this guy is north of 7 feet tall and is just agile and quick in getting up and down. I think I'd put him at the top of the list. Clint Capella is in that category, and Giannis Antetokounmpo as well, but a lot of times he has the ball and is taking it rack to rack.
He does. Brings it up like a guard, and no one can stop him.
Nobody can stop that guy when he gets coming downhill at you.
there with Griffin. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's McGee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Hornets, Elfrid Payton is out there with Hield. And it's Green. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Anunoby in at the 3. McGee finds Griffin. Down low, Caldwell Pope. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Caldwell Pope's got the first points of the night for the Thunder. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1 3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, James Borrego had a few minutes to share with me. Going over the matchup, it's clear how much he respects Chris Paul's game. Arguably the best point guard of his era, and still getting it done. Evan, they'll need to try and figure out a way to rein him in tonight.
Thanks so much, David. Charlotte again missing.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
That one goes in.
Yeah, that's the kind of passing that opens up the eyes to Blake Griffin's overall talent.
Payton passes to Green. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That's his first foul. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Payton against Paul. Clock at 6.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Griffin inside, working on Green. That shot by Griffin, no good. Hornets have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Here's Anunoby. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Here's McGee, and they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession, finding ways to sniff out the ball.
The starting gate, opening night in the NBA, Brent. What are you most looking forward to?
I just like to see who it is that, in terms of their competitive spirit right now, is coming out of training camp hungry. Let's see in the next couple of weeks which team jumps out and which coaching staffs have done a great job preparing their team coming out of camp. Now, we know that teams can fall off, Kevin, that talent will catch up. Other veteran teams may get themselves back into a rhythm. But coming out of training camp, how much more together are teams, and teams that have made changes, what are they playing like?
What's their chemistry?
Let's find out how they're going to play this.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Yeah, massive relief there. Getting a little bit frustrating for them until that bucket.
Oh, just incredible. That spin shook him loose from the defender, but he just couldn't gather his balance there to follow through with the shot.
Here's Anunoby. Back to Hield. McGee with the block. Schroeder against Payton. Schroeder kicks to Paul. McGee, the pass to Schroeder. That shot misses. And the Hornets now going the other way. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Out to Payton. Back to Hield. The Thunder pull it in. McGee's got 4 rebounds in this game. Caldwell Pope outside. Throws it up high. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Green. Hield outside. 1:05 left here in the opening quarter. With some art, McGee with the block. Now Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin, you got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
Here's Payton after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Payton passes to Hield. Outside, Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Ante Zizic is checked in for Cauley Stein. Johnson comes in for OG Anunoby. Burks, he's checked in for Buddy Hield. And Barton subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Now here's Barton, who's coming off a 13-point game against Miami.
And also in that one, he had the opposition on pins and needles on the defensive end of the floor, recording 4 steals that night on his way to an overall stellar game.
From past the arc. Not going to go that time. And so it's Oklahoma City in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be right back. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game.
The steals thing is...
You hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits. What they like to do gives them a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Oklahoma City right now, they've got Nerlens Noel, and it's Dort in at the 3 spot. Holiday against Joseph. Holiday goes in. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2. And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. It's a 5-point game. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Well, known for his athleticism, Johnson can sneak up on you, and that time, that dunk looking second nature.
Here's Dort. He's covered by Joseph. Shot clock at 6. Dort passes to Holiday. Here's Looney. That's tipped. Now here's Burks. Guarded closely. Pass to Joseph. Second quarter of basketball. Just over a minute and a half played. And the pass to Zizic. Now Barton. He's covered by Noel. Barton, no luck. Oklahoma City leading by 3. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were tapped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Johnson left side. And it's Looney with the rebound.
Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
To the middle. Here's Dort. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Burks. He's off on that one, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, played in with a nice touch off the glass. Now it's a 7-point Thunder lead.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Shoots from 12. Dort grabs the miss.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
He gets it in there. Noel's got the lead up to 9 now for Oklahoma City.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
Yeah, that's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Johnson attacking, got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Thunder. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. Second, the Thunder.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
To the paint, here's Paul. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort.
I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
The Thunder leading by 5. Pass to Paul. Here's Griffin, covered by Payton. Back to Paul. Over Payton. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. For Charlotte, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. They kick it out to Green. Passes it to Hield. Charlotte moving the ball around. Here's Anunoby, defended by Griffin. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Here's Cauley Stein. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway. From the get-go, it was Oklahoma City who came out strong. Some major league offense and defense in the mix as they raced out to an 11-2 lead. And it was a 9-point lead for them. And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Nice game. Great performance by James Johnson.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Green is out there with Willie Cauley Stein. Then there's Elfrid Payton. Then there's Buddy Hield. And it's Anunoby in at the small forward position. So that's who James Borrego starts the second half with. Brent, so many state-of-the-art arenas being built. Which feature do you think is most important?
Oh, the hot dog machine. What are we doing, right?
Popcorn, right?
And the
next
popcorn,
to
what else,
and
Kevin?
then popcorn.
Yeah,
right there.
nachos.
Love nachos.
Okay.
You love nachos.
What else? I mean, what else could we go with there?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah,
that's
right?
a big one.
Because when you're done with all that other stuff, you've got to somehow kind of poke your stomach.
Yep. Was this basketball related, or did we go somewhere else?
All a part of the whole conversation.
I think we covered it.
Here's Payton.
Not been an easy start. 3 straight misses here on these possessions.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Chris Paul at his best right there on that kind of play. A legendary distributor who spots the open man.
Out to the right wing. Anunoby passes to Cauley Stein. Paul outside. Pull-up jumper. Again, Oklahoma City.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Cauley Stein dishes to Green. Back to Cauley Stein. He kicks it to Heel. 4 on the shot clock. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And the Hornets call time here.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Ante Zizic is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Johnson comes in for OG Anunoby. Burks, he's checked in for Heald. And it's Will Barton in for Payton. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Barton. Thunder have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. Here's Schroeder in Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
And you watch Dennis Schroeder, you can see how deadly Brent he can be when he's locked in.
Well, he accepted the role in Oklahoma City about coming off the bench and trying to be a spark plug for Schroeder. It's really about consistency, Kevin.
Barton against Holiday. The tray. No good on that one. Hornets trail by 11. Here's a garbage time question, Brent. Why do some teams leave their star players in the game even though the game has either been won or lost?
Forgetful coaches? No. Well, I don't know if...
if you're leading by 35 points late in the game.
And the star player is still in the game. Somebody's made a mistake with regards to the rotations. Quite frankly, there's really no reason for guys to be out there at that time.
Yeah.
Early on in the season, it might be that the coach wants to start and play with certain guys. As the season goes on, you just don't see that.
The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line.
Shooting one.
It's going to go on Will Barton.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Oh, yeah, and his teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
.131 left to play in the third. Joseph looking around. Burks in the corner. Johnson kicks to Joseph. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Barton. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Pass to Looney. Back to Holiday. It's deflected.
All about timing. Will Barton, great job of seeking that one out and throwing it away.
He shoot again. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Looney's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. On the wing, Holiday. He's covered by Joseph. Here's Looney. Count it. Good. And the Thunder lead by 16.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
And here's Barton. Over Holiday, and that one's good. Barton's got 4 this quarter.
Well, a good look from Barton there. Did not hesitate for 1 second. When he takes his time and he squares up, percentages go up.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder sitting with... And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Chris Paul. And there's JaVale McGee. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Griffin in at the power forward position. Ball against Payton. With the teardrop. Great D that time from Griffin.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
With the tip. Here's Payton. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Knocked away. Stolen by McGee. Tries again, and that one drops for him. And the Thunder lead by 20.
How frustrating for the defense.
California. It's Friday night and live on DA. It's
Guys,
I love his honesty. All right, thank you, DA. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Chang.
And those are some numbers that he can't be happy about. His rebounding totals have taken a dip over the past few months. He's got to get back to giving the kind of effort on the boards we were seeing from him earlier.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Smart, the guards. Horford is out there with Tatum, and it's Whiteside in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Clippers, Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Jokic is out there with Wendell Carter, and it's Beverly in at the point. The entire offseason leading up to tonight, Steve, as a player, do you already know if your team has a chance to be special this early?
You know, Kevin, yeah, you do. And I think the teams that I've been on and teams that you see and saying we don't have a chance to win, you try to trick yourself. You're looking at management ownership. Can we make a deal throughout this year to get us in contention? But you got to be realistic. You know the team that you don't have a chance to win the championship.
Now here's Tatum. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Clock at 4. It's good.
Yeah, in one-on-one situations, Tatum is a nightmare to guard. Versatile offensively, and really allows him to score consistently.
Now, here's Jokic. And here is Shamet. George looking over the floor. Over in the corner, Beverly. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Kemba Walker picks one up.
When defending Patrick Beverly, it's hard to match his level of energy and activity. Boy, you talk about someone who's an absolute piranha on defense, and that is Patrick Beverly. Gives you no room to get comfortable and is a thorn in his assignment side.
Now here's Horford. Right side, the pass to Smart. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Shamet, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. On defense, Boston. Now Beverly. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State. Here's Jokic. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. And Smitty with Beverly and his defense, it's not like he turns it on or off.
Nope, he's always going full speed on defense. It's been his calling card as a player for years now. And it's what he's made his name on in the NBA.
Now here's Smart. Following the miss by Jokic. On the clock. Great open look there.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Clippers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. George against Horford. And stolen by Whiteside. Now here's Walker. He's covered closely. Good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now here's Beverly. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Patrick Beverly is a tone setter. Someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
No good on that one. Both teams will make substitutions. And the second free throw, good. Celtics leading by 7. Here's Wanamaker. We've got 1:55 left here in the first quarter. And here are the Clippers. Williams passes to Pascal. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy buckets.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. 7-point differential. Kicks it to Williams. .119 left in the first. 6 on the shot clock. Jackson misses. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
Here is Williams after the basket by Boston. Inside. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Williams.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
To the wing right side. Here's Herter. And the shot goes in.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Jackson. Not a lot of room. Can't connect from short range.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Passes it to Wanamaker. To the inside. And finished off by Horford.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
From deep three-point range. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Boston. their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Celtics here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
They've got Jackson. So Williams out there. Norman Powell's out there with Jahlil Okafor. And it's Pascal in at the 4. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Here's Wanamaker, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Smitty, lately we're seeing more deep three-pointers than ever before. Think you could step out to that 35-foot mark?
Hey, Kevin, I can step out there, but the question is, could I make them at a high percentage? And that's what's so beautiful now. You're seeing these guys step out further and further, but their percentage is higher and higher than it would be from others in my era shooting 35-footers. This is fantastic, but I do not want to see a 4-point line. You just love how reliable he is night in and night out. His offense is there.
Whiteside, the pass to Walker. Back to Whiteside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Becoming a more complete player, Whiteside ready to catch.
San Antonio. Murray out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Jordan. And it's Bielitsa in at the 4. Fires from 14. And Giannis with the basket on the assist from Brogdon. Antetokounmpo's got the first basket of the game for the Bucks. Murray outside. And there's the pass to Leonard. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now here's Giannis. The leaner inside. That's good on the jump shot. Where you start in the standings could be very different, Clark, from where you finish. As a team, what do you do to continue to improve as the season goes on?
I think it's a combination of little things and guys getting more familiar and more accepting of their roles. But I think it's always attention to detail, Kevin. That's really where teams make the most improvement, not forgetting the little things on a daily basis, the habits that produce winning over time.
Al Richardson following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo from deep. Richardson attacking. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Brady's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
Now, here's Lopez. Mitchell outside. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Richardson. In the corner, Murray with it. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Jordan with the bucket.
You know, we know Murray's got some creativity to his passing game, but no need to be creative there. I mean, he sees the wide open man and zips it right to him.
On the wing, Mitchell. Bielitsa against Brogdon. Passes it to Giannis. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. 6 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Murray kicks to Jordan. Richardson the pass to Murray. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And it's Leonard missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And he comes up with the deuce. And it's 8 points for Giannis.
Yeah, I'd like to see more passes like that from McDermott, especially when guys are open.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And then for Milwaukee, Bradley's checked in for Lopez. Marcus Morris comes in for McDermott. And it's Matthews in for Mitchell. Pass to House. Hernan Gomez with the ball. Pass to White. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Brogdon. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. And again, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points.
Just off the charts, incredible athleticism from Antetokounmpo. Fending off contact like a real pro.
Yes, that goes in.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And Brogdon's got the ball here for Milwaukee. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. It's Matthews on the wing. Here's Bradley. There's the pass to Morris. Now Brogdon. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And here's Bradley from 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. He got into double. Well, there are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name.
In a real way, you gotta.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for San Antonio, they've got Dwight Powell, and it's Walker in a two-guard. Morris looking over the floor. Kicks to Matthews. Passes it to Brogdon. The fadeaway. Offensive rebound. Bradley. And he uses the glass on the layup. Bradley's got the lead up to 6 now for Milwaukee.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
Walker against Matthews. Now here's Walker. He's tightly guarded and no good. Excellent D there from Williams. Bucks leading by 6. And like many big men in the league, Clark, as he's aged, Marvin Williams has relied more on his outside shooting.
You know, he's been in the league a long time, guys, but when he first came in back in the mid-2000s, there was less emphasis on forwards being able to shoot the ball from outside. Give him a lot of credit for adjusting to the league and honing a shot that has always been a skill that's been part of his package. He can knock down the deep shot now.
San Antonio calls timeout, and the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender, who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long three.
A pretty good combination. Weathered an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Yep, it counts.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Mitchell passes to Lopez. Williams looking over the floor. Pass to Mitchell. Takes a 3. Nailed from three-point land. Mitchell's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, good pass there from Williams. Not known for his passing, but I think he's got to keep hitting his guys with these kinds of passes.
Pass to Richardson. Williams with the defensive effort.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Lopez inside. Richardson covering. Lopez, no luck. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. A 3 from Leonard. Here's Richardson. Good D by Lopez.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
McDermott passes to Mitchell. From deep. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in control with a 9-point lead. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 10 points and 3 rebounds. And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
You know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Brogdon. And it's McDermott in at the 3, the small forward. And San Antonio has possession. 9-point game. Here's the floater. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, they're not willing to give Murray any easy buckets here. D'ing him up as tight as they can, even if it means fouling.
Marcus Morris has checked in for the Bucks. Clark, last couple years, the three-point shot has been absolutely huge, a gigantic weapon for a lot of teams. You live by it, you die by it. Some teams can accept, though, the ramifications of a bad shooting night.
Yeah, I think it's too big a premium not to really overweight the three-point shot. A 50% premium on that particular field goal when it goes down. But I do like to see balance. Attacking the rim, spacing the floor. I love to see guys and teams shoot the mid-range shot as well. But the three-point shot and the way teams use it and shoot it is here to stay for sure.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Brogdon kicks to Lopez. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Back to Brogdon. 6 to shoot. The shot, no good. Murray with the defensive effort. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Bounce pass from Brogdon. Lopez passes to Mitchell. Over Richardson. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got his second basket of the night.
There it is, the first basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, you might think at 6'3" in shoes, Donovan Mitchell is undersized for the shooting guard position. But his combination of strength and length, along with the athleticism, help him to hold his own.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Bradley's checked in for Lopez. And it's Matthews in for McDermott. The shot by Brogdon wide open. Offline with his 3. Stolen by Mitchell. Brogdon against White. Knocked loose. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Wasted no time on that one. Greg, nowadays teams looking for +6 players. That's a player whose arm span exceeds their height by at least 6 inches.
Donovan Mitchell, how about a +9? I mean, a little over 6'1" in socks with a 6'10" wingspan. Those long arms, the reason for the Spider nickname.
Here's Walker, finished off the break. Now just a 2-point Bucks lead.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
The pass to Mitchell from deep. Good on the triple. Mitchell's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Brogdon against White. Here is House. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Richardson, he's checking for Lonnie Walker. Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Korver comes in for Malcolm Brogdon. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Richardson against Matthews. 13 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Just 4 to shoot. Here's White. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Milwaukee holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Dwight Powell. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. That's the San Antonio 5. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Bucks.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
He hits the second from the line.
And you've heard the saying on Death in Texas, the San Antonio Spurs might be that third thing you can count on.
Yeah, I agree. A model of consistency, and that starts with culture and chemistry and commitment. And they play smart, they play together, and they rarely beat themselves. And that's one of the reasons the Spurs have been one of the greatest pro sports franchises in history over the last 25 years.
Murray, the pass to Leonard. Shoots over McDermott. Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Kawhi Leonard. On the wing, Giannis. He's covered by Bielitsa.
I'll tell you what, it's absolutely foolish and futile to let Antetokounmpo get space to sprint towards the rim. I mean, the dunks he jams home are just downright filthy, ugly, nasty, wicked.
Leonard looking over the floor. Shoots over McDermott. They get it back. Lopez with the block.
Lopez showing off the length there to get to that shot.
That's tipped. Giannis kicks to Mitchell. That three off the mark. Spurs trail by 11. Here's Leonard. Rebounded by McDermott. The Bucks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And, you know, this is why people are so high on Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's a ferocious player, great competitive spirit, tremendous work ethic, and highly skilled. He wants to dominate.
Now here's Leonard. Teardrop shot. He takes it up and lays it in. The mid-range jump shot, you've talked about this a lot, is still valuable if you can hit it with consistency.
Yeah, and if it's a quality shot, Kevin, I think you should shoot it. Move the defense, move the ball to get a quality shot, and I think one of the very best at knocking down the mid-range jump shot, Kevin Durant, clearly. But how about...
is indeed, D.A. Thank you. Here's the starting group for Houston. Anthony out there with Robert Covington. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then it's Harden. And it's Rose in at the point guard. And for the Pistons, Gordon out there with Terry Rozier. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Embiid in at the center. It's Harden with the drive.
Oh, and when Harden is going strong to the rim, he's looking for the throwdown, ripping the rim down hard on that one.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Houston now is championship or bust. We've seen it. I mean, they've dished out huge contracts going full win mode now. I mean, they're putting it all on the line with this team.
Now, here is Harden after the miss from Joel Embiid. Harden scanning the floor. Clock at 6. Here's Rose. They get a hand on it. It doesn't go for him. And it's Detroit the other way. And the Rockets desperate for a return to the NBA Finals.
Oh, the team has had their chances. They just need to make the most of them. I mean, front office, they're doing what they can help to make the most of Harden's prime. I mean, you have to admire their willingness to go for it now.
And it's Gordon missing. Gordon against Harden. On target from 13 feet. Harden's got his second bucket.
And Harden's pull-up jumper is just ridiculous. So quick, so lethal.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Kuzma passes to Gordon. Over Anthony. Here's Embiid. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And toughness and energy on the board. An easy putback to show for it.
Gordon against Harden. Kicks it to Covington. Lets it go from deep. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Covington against Gordon. To the wing on the left. That's a 2 from Rozier. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Shots good by Anthony. Chris, of the guys you went against and played against, who would have benefited from today's style of play the most?
Oh, man, I got a few names. Billy Owens. Billy Owens, to me, was a guy like a Kevin Durant. No, he couldn't shoot like that, but he did everything on the floor for us there in Golden State. And I think in today, an open game for him where he could get going, oh, man, that would just be incredible. I also think of a guy like Detlef Schrempf. He could post up, he could pop and pick, he could shoot the ball deep, he could shoot off the dribble, finish on the break. Whatever you wanted, he could give it to you that way. And I think for both guys, that size, that sweet spot, 6'7", 6'8", but played like a little bit of a guard, those two guys come to mind.
Now, here's Rozier. Kuzma kicks to Rozier. There's the 3. They get the rebound. That one is good from Joel Embiid. Embiid's got his second basket of the night.
He seems to have a sense for where misses are going. Embiid, so fantastic at getting ideal positioning on the glass.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. This time they met in Houston.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
Well, you know, the ball movement was lacking. And, Greg, you know, things got stagnant. That's why their offense looked so off.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Reza passes to Grant. Now here's Ennis, covered by Smith. Morris outside. The Rockets with the new 14. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Here's Ariza. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Lakers.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Morris with the bucket.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
Thomas down low. He's against Morris. Thomas, good.
Outstanding touch from mid-range. I mean, I love how Thomas exploits that in-between game.
Morris against Thomas. Ennis kicks to Morris. Ariza outside. Fires the three. Detroit with the rebound. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Has to make it. Embiid dishes to Thomas. Fires from deep. Here's Embiid. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Pistons ahead. They lead by 2. We've got more in store.
This time isn't going to last long. You know, we have a window. It goes by extremely.
Never a guarantee that the window will remain open.
And superstar players, let's face it, they're best remembered for their championships. It's all about the rings if you're James Harden.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Well, it's part of their strategy coming in, no doubt. And there may not be that much their opponent can do about it.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Houston, we've got Ennis. Jamari Carroll is out there with Trevor Ariza. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Grant in at the 5 spot. Enzo Thomas will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Embiid, the pass to McKinley. Offensive rebound. The second chance effort. Comes up empty here. That puts him at 3 for 6. Rockets trail. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And that's what I've done." So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Down low. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Yeah, Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Embiid, and it's Gordon in for Smith.
And that's the Derrick Rose of old. Full speed ahead and bursting to the rim.
Thomas feeling it out a bit. The shot comes out. Nice D from Rose. Last outing for the Pistons, it was a loss to the 76ers in Philadelphia. 13 feet away. Again, the Rockets score.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim.
Thomas against Rose. To end the cold streak. The Rockets pull it in. Passes to Ariza. Back to Rose. Harden outside. Pass to Grant. And some nice passing there by Houston. A nice shot by Tucker.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
From deep, Thomas traps in the tray. Thomas got 5 points so far.
The quickness to get in position, the quick shot release. IT in space on the perimeter, just a nightmare.
Rose can't hit.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Outside Thomas. Back to Gordon. Lets the 3 fly. Ariza with the rebound. Houston in the lead. Left side Rose. The pass to Tucker. That one no good. And the Pistons now going the other way. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on James Harden.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Detroit. Terry Rozier comes in for Isaiah Thomas. The Rockets also changing it up. Anthony's checked in for Grant. And Robert Covington subbed in for Trevor Ariza. And that one's good, Anthony.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside. 2 for 1, probably the way to go.
Yeah, G, I imagine that's what they're thinking. You have to maximize the possessions.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Now, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
And the Pistons making a change here. Embiid's checked in, and the Rockets making a change here as well. Monte Morris is checked in for Derrick Rose.
You expect him to make those. They got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Rozier against Morris. Rozier, the pass to Embiid. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on James Harden.
Is there a more entertaining player in this league than Joel Embiid? I mean, on the court, he's a 7+ footer. He can do it all. Off the court, no one better on social media. Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, a very smooth touch on the stroke.
Anthony. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Pistons lead by... David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. Their largest deficit of the period was just... And...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
Joel Embiid out there with Kyle Kuzma. And there's Gordon. And it's Joe Ingles. And it's Rozier in at the point guard position. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half.
And positionless basketball, all the rage. And Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
Here's Rose. Rebound, Detroit. Left side, Gordon. It's stolen by Ennis. He kicks to Rose. Pass to Covington. Inside, here's Anthony. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build, but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
Passes it to Carmelo. Back to Rose. Pass to Anthony. Shot clock at 6. Off the mark from 16 feet out.
This was not what they had in mind coming out of the locker room at halftime. 4 shots so far and nothing to show for it.
Back to Ingles. It's up a 3. It's good from long range. And now it's an 8-point Piston lead.
It was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the three-point line.
And stolen by Kuzma. Outside Gordon. Tries it from 19. Can't hit that one. And the Rockets take it the other way. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Isaiah Thomas is checked in for Detroit. And a switch here also for Houston. Grant's checked in. Thomas, it's a wide open look. Drills it from outside. Thomas got 8 points. Hey, Chris, this year Pioneer Chuck Cooper inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Long overdue, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he was the first African-American player ever to be drafted. I mean, let's just think about that. It's Jackie Robinson of basketball. He paved the way, and what he endured, and his teammates, by the way, of all colors, is well documented. And I think the Celtics need to, and I think they will retire his number 11 and have it hang up in that famed Raptors of theirs over there.
I agree. Detroit making a switch here. Mikhailuk is checked in. The Rockets also changing it up. Riza comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's James Harden in for Ennis. And the basket by Harden.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Pistons.
Pistons leading by 9. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Rozier kicks to Thomas. Kuzma outside. Just 5 to shoot. There's the pass to Rozier. From deep three-point range, Ariza with the rebound.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Wants to get it to Grant and does. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And you see Jeremy Grant on this team. He means so much more than just his stats.
He's a fantastic glue guy, and his teammates talk about how unselfish he is on the floor. Great team player and an even better chemistry guy off the court.
Akers checked in for the Pistons. Dennis Smith comes in for Rozier. Tamari Carroll's checked in for the Rockets. Monte Morris comes in for Derrick Rose. Well, few players in the NBA are as scary as Dennis Smith Jr. when he has speed towards the rim.
Smith just attacks with a ferociousness when he puts the ball on the floor. It can leap out of the building and strong enough to dunk over and through just about any player. Still developing the rest of his game, but you like his aggression when going to the hoop.
Rockets have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And he's good on the second.
Well, Mike D'Antoni, he's a legendary coach in this game. He's found success at almost every stop he's coached at, only missing the title to cement his legacy.
Here's Thomas. That one falls. Thomas got the lead up to 11 now for the Pistons.
They're not playing defense with anywhere near the passion they showed in the first half. There's been a big-time drop-off.
Rose in the post. He's guarded by Thomas. And the shot goes down. And it's 7 points for Rose. And with Mike D'Antoni, Chris, you can see his influence as a coach throughout the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of modern offenses borrow from things D'Antoni created. The up-tempo early offense is a product of the 7 seconds or less era. I mean, his imprint is all over the NBA.
The three from Thomas. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got his 5th rebound in this one. Yep, it goes, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Derrick Rose.
And that's a shot Rose must make consistently. When he's making it rain from there, this team is hard to match up with.
Out to Smith, a 3-ball. The Pistons rebound.
That's made a huge difference in this game, if you ask me. Their offensive rebounding has been sensational.
4 seconds left, and it's Houston with another.
And Derrick Rose, so quick out of the gates. When he sees open floor ahead, he's at full sprint in the blink of an eye.
The third quarter comes to a close. Pistons ahead, up by 4. And we're coming. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. So on the floor for Houston, they've got Jeremy Grant. Morris is out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Anthony in at the small forward. Pass to Ingles. For the 3. Maker misses. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Rockets. He feeds it to Tucker. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Tucker's got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
Even though he lacks some size, Tucker's strength makes up for it. He competes inside.
Bounce pass Gordon. Smith for 3. The shot misses. The Rockets go the other way with it. Pass to Rose. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. To take the lead, and the layup is up and in. And the Rockets lead by 2.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Smith against Morris. Free throw line jump shot. Smith, no luck. Rockets have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And yes, it's good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And he's been trying to do it all himself, and it's not working. Instead of forcing shots, you got to focus on moving the ball and keeping everybody involved.
A different look here for Detroit. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Maker, and Terry Rozier subbed in for Dennis Smith. Robert Covington's checked in for the Rockets. Ennis comes in for Morris. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Dwayne Casey went over with his team. He told them this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If you make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
A 3-pointer is right on target.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Rozier. Here's Embiid, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 12 rebounds. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Monte Morris is checked in for the Rockets.
And for Derrick Rose, the question will be how much of his MVP level of play from 2011 can he recover? You'd love to see him return to that form.
That's a 2 from Gordon. Hits the jumper in space.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Houston leading by 6. Right side Rose. The feed to Carmelo. Buries it down low. Anthony's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Yeah, right now it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last.
Rozier with the ball. Now Anthony defending, and that's good. Terry Rozier for 3.
Oh, beautiful looking 3-ball from Rozier, really expanding his range.
Rozier against Rose, and he gets the bucket. Rose has got 24 points.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Oh, yeah, difficult finish, but if you expected him to back down, you better think again.
Embiid inside, guarded by Tucker. Embiid, no good. Rockets on offense. They're on an 18-7 run. And Tucker kicks to Morris. Houston moving the ball around. Outside Anthony. Back to Rose. Pass to Tucker. Shot clock at 5. Count that one. Tucker's got the lead up to 9 now for the Rockets.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They trail by 9. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Derrick Rose.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that.
When the D forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Houston with a big group substitution here. Lyles checked in for P.J. Tucker. Cephalosha comes in for Robert Covington. McRae's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Morris subbed in for Rose. And here's Smith. Lets it go from 14. Here's Scott. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. He hits the first one, and that brings them within 8. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Rockets. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Morris passes to Anthony over Rozier. And the shot is long. Here's Embiid. Can't connect from long distance. So we see the Rockets get the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, Julie, a pretty hostile environment. All right. And there's Davis. And it's Hutchinson in at the small forward position. And for Sacramento, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Wood. Then it's Terrence Ross. Then it's White. And it's Fox in at the point. Now here's White. And there's the pass to Cousins. Buries it from three-point range. Even this early on, Brent, have you been on teams where you just knew changes were coming down the road?
Yeah, most of that, Kevin, I think happens because of internally what's going on with the team. Yeah, on the floor, you're going to see guys operating in the offense, playing pick and roll, but
it's behind the curtains where you begin to feel, right?
Good executives and good coaching staffs understand communicating to the people in the front office to say, hey, if we stay this way, our potential, instead of growing, is not knowing how low we're going to go. So we need to make some changes.
Just 5 to shoot. Offensive rebound. Wood misses from close range.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Now here's Davis. 26 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando. Here's Hutchison. He sinks the 11-footer.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
They get it back. Wood now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. Fox looking it over. Passes it to Wood. Here's Cousins. Outside, Fox. And Cousins throws it down.
Well, the edge to Cousins rebounding, you're okay with it if it shows up in the way he goes about his business on the glass.
Bounce pass from Augustine. Shot from 16. That one wide left.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
No good from Ross. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
The culture shift it's been in Sacramento the last few years. Vlade Divac, along with Peja Stojakovic, 2 of the legendary Sacramento Kings players, finding their footing and trying to put their stamp on this organization with some of the young talent that they've acquired. That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Banked in off the glass.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Pass to Hutchison. Floats it up for Davis.
And really, Anthony Davis can knock it down from anywhere on the floor. He continues to improve his range as his career goes on.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
Here, let's check out the numbers for Anthony Davis. Great showing for him last season, putting in about 26 points per, 12 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And he led the charge when it came to scoring, led the team.
Yeah, he shot the lights out all year long from a variety of spots on the floor of that versatility.
And Brent, around the league, people are saying the Kings are one of the scarier teams on the rise.
Well, they drafted decently. They play a system that now is speaking to some of their young talent. They've had a nice blend. It's been a long time coming in Sacramento, but fans coming out to the new arena to support this new, young, hungry Kings group.
Teague, the pass to Holmes. The dish to Lamb. 6 to shoot. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Teague for 3. That shot no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Dunn looking over the floor. Poked loose. From the line. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
I guess even he has took this one of those once in a while.
Can't get it to fall.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Pass to Davis. That one goes. Count it. Davis has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, Davis attacking right now inside. Big man playing big and giving this offense maybe a little bit more of an edge on the inside.
And that does it for the first quarter. Kings lead by 5. Live from Golden. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
So for Chicago right now, we've got Valentine. Prince out there with Davis. Then there's Dunn, and it's Gafford in at the center position.
It's great to see Jeff Teague get up for that shot and send it right back.
And the shot goes in. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 7 now for the Kings.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Dunn passes to Davis. Dunn outside. Back to Davis. Got a piece of it. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Outside, Bogdanovich. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Bogdanovich knocked around a little bit there, but sticks with his shot.
Sacramento making a switch here. Ross is checked in. Bulls also changing it up. Allen's checked in for Davis. Lean comes in for Taurean Prince. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Dunn. Brett, when you look back on all the stars you've played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but you know the role that he had for the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and we spent many seasons watching him very closely. From year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. To the paint. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Hands it from downtown. Bogdanovich has got 8 points here in this quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Looking to end the run, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Chicago shoot their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one, and the first one drops. A big group substitution here for Sacramento. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Christian Wood comes in for Washington. Derek White's checked in for Bogdanovich. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Jeff Teague. Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for Chicago. The pass to Cousins from downtown. Doesn't go that time. And the Bulls going the other way now. Levine against Ross. Augustine looking around. From the arc. And again, Chicago. No good. And so Fox will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Brent, you look at the size and athleticism of DeMarcus Cousins, and you can forget just how skilled he is.
Well, the interesting part about Cousins, and as his career goes on, especially coming off the injury, Kevin, what does he rely on? Well, when he came into the league, as you said, he had that skill set. He's going to rely more and more on that ability to shoot the ball and to still make plays so that he's still an impact player in the NBA.
Levine wide open, and the Bulls with another miss.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And it's White missing. Bulls trail by 11. Outside, Levine. To the middle. Good on the shot, and that shaved the lead to single digits. Gafford's got his first basket.
Good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Fox passes to Cousins. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Cousins converts despite being bodied up by the defense there. He is just so physical and hard to contain.
Sacramento making some changes. Bamba is checked in for Christian Wood, and Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Ross. Chicago's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Dunn passes to Davis. And the rejection by Cousins.
How about Cousins with some gritty defense there, showing off his intimidating length on that rejection.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And that one is good. And the Kings lead by 12.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
White against Levine. Passes to Davis. Four seconds left, and it's Davis with the jam.
That's a big-time battle from AD on the glass. You see the athleticism to go back up with that.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Jones. Pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. Their play in the second quarter was inspired. And that should...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You look at DeMarcus Cousins. What a contribution.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
They've got Terrence Ross, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Wood. Then there's Derek White, and it's Fox in at the 1 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Here's Allen. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
This is his first free throw of the game. Talent coming from everywhere these days, Brent, including the developmental league. The G League has done a wonderful job of watching players develop there and then vaulting them up to the big league.
And I think last year, Kevin, the numbers were that more than half the players in the NBA had spent some time in the G League. You want to talk about that league coming a long way?
What an impact.
Massive.
Yes.
And what you're seeing, too, over the past few years, Kevin, is people doing a great job of using the G League a lot better. Not just experimenting and lab-ratting what that team is about, but really well-thought-out player development and stints for guys in their team rather than just practicing and traveling and sitting and watching games. You're watching guys go play a game in the afternoon and then coming up to the NBA level and participating in an NBA game that night. That's going to go a long way to make guys in the early part of their career take the necessary strides in a lot quicker than they normally would.
This two-way contract has been a wonderful addition.
Except if you talk to their agents, Kevin. Yes, it's been very good for the control of an organization to find that kind of talent.
Levine kicks to Davis. Levine against White with the fadeaway. Kept alive. Allen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Bulls have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Cousins. And it's Bogdanovich in for Derek White. And a change for the Bulls. Valentine's checked in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Levine. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Well, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
Holmes, good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Floats it up for Davis. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Here's Wood. He's guarded by Davis. Outside, Fox jacks up a three, and Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights. Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
Timeout called by the Kings.
You take a look at Anthony Davis and his frame and think about his rookie year coming in so thin and moved around a lot by bigger, stronger players in the post. No longer the case, as he's put on a ton of muscle to that frame and continues to grow in the strength area along with his confidence. That's helped him out a lot.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Bamba is checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Washington comes in for Christian Wood. Lamb is checked in for Ross. And it's Teague in for Fox.
The main weapon in Bamba's attack, the slender, long arms he possesses, helps him block lots of shots. Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Inside, got a piece of it. Bamba with the block. They recover it. 4 on the clock, and the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. The Bulls have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. And after just one season at Kentucky, the slight build of Davis was a concern in the NBA, and the question was, would his body hold up?
Well, he's answering the question to some degree, Kevin, knowing that it wasn't a one-year process to get stronger and to put on that kind of weight. That just comes with physical maturity. Anthony Davis doing a better job of avoiding places where he might get injured, expanding his game to the perimeter, and hopefully some of those things pay off for his longevity for his career.
And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Dunn. Teague the pass to Bogdanovich. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Some changes for Sacramento. Cousins comes in for Washington. And it's White in for Bogdan Bogdanovich. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Hutchison's checked in. Bulls trail by 10. Now Valentine. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Dunn. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Teague. Here's White. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. And the Kings lead by 12.
That's the kind of work you want your point guard to do. Sensational ball movement by Jeff Teague there to set up his man. Now they're playing working to perfection there, if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
And so it's Sacramento with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammates.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Taking a look at the Bulls. Valentine out there with Chris Dunn. Then it's Anthony Davis, and it's Gafford in at the 5.
Well, Fox had quite a year in Kentucky before he decided to turn pro and became the 5th pick in 2017 in the NBA draft.
It's good on the putback.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Pass to Bamba. Kings moving the ball around. Out to White. Lets it go with the 3. Chicago grabs the miss.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Dunn passes to Davis. Pass to Hutchison. The three-pointer no good. And the rejection by Cousins. Now the fast break. Lamb with the ball. And there it is for him. Lamb's got his first points of the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, his shot is just not there tonight, guys. And instead of trying to shoot himself out of the slump, maybe he needs to start moving the ball around and creating for his teammates.
Wood, he's checked in for Sacramento. Ross comes in for Jeremy Lamb. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the timeout, I listened in on Jim Boylan's huddle. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Sacramento leading by 12. And the pass to Fox. His three-pointers off the mark. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the one make. Hutchison passes to Allen. Shot from 12. And it's Fox with the rebound.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away.
White, good.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Here's Augustine bringing it up now for the Chicago Bulls. It's Allen, top of the key. Ball's knocked loose. He dishes it to Levine. Shoots over White. They get it again. Davis. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket.
How about the perseverance there? The extra effort on that offensive glass.
Fox kicks to Wood. Ross for 3. No good that time. And it's Chicago the other way. Outside, Levine. Allen outside. Back to Levine. Passes it to Davis. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Cousins. Kings leading now by 12. Fox with it. Picked up by Davis. Cousins dishes to Fox. He kicks it to Ross. Drains the three-pointer. And the Kings lead by 15.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMarcus Cousins.
And he
is finally back.
And what's incredible, Kevin, is the NBA's popularity just continues to grow. There's worldwide enthusiasm. The NBA players represent the league so well, and my goodness gracious, can they play some basketball?
Interesting how now the league, Doris, is commanding the calendar all year round. It used to be such a seasonal game. Now it's 365 days a year.
So many storylines throughout the course of the summer. Who's playing where and with whom?
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Beverly against Russell. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow.
They needed that. Just 1 for 5 to start this ball game.
Bounce pass from Beverly. Jokic kicks to Beverly. Gordon against George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Doris, you can't say enough about the defense of Paul George. I mean, he is absolutely terrific on that end of the floor.
That is in addition to being an all-NBA level offensive performer. So you think about what Paul George brings on the defensive end. The on-ball defense is incredible. He knows when to help off on drives. This guy is easily one of the best defenders at his position, if not the best.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Gordon, the pass to Fournier. Fires for three. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Well, you love the lead that Fournier has taken in this area. This guy, a very dangerous shooter.
Pass to Jokic. Now, here's Shamet. He's guarded closely. Stolen by Beverly. It's good.
Well, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
Here's Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against Chicago.
And what a wrecking ball defensively, seen by the 4 steals he had in that game.
Left side, Fournier. Outside for Bagley. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Shamet. Bagley with the block.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Biyombo is checked in for Bagley. Daniel Tice comes in for Gallinari. Hachimura, he's checked in for Gordon. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Russell. And it's good for 2.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
Fournier against George. Back to Carter-Williams. Now, here's Tice. 20 points for him last game against Chicago.
And guys, he was also huge on defense, turning away 2 shots and altering countless more.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Down low. The shot's good from Fournier. Fournier's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, this is the kind of thing that will help that shooting percentage. Fournier in the high percentage area.
To the inside, Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Outside Fournier. There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter. Ambo trying to break free. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Clippers leading by 8. Here's George. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And it's 7 points for Paul George.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Carter-Williams kicks to Biyombo. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's Fournier on the wing. Three-point range. Headshot off.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star.
Basketball, like passion, a lot.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
The offense firing on all cylinders. They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
You've got Bismack Biyombo, Daniel Tice out there with Hachimura. Then it's Michael Carter-Williams, and it's Fournier in at the shooting guard. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. And the first one at the line is good. And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect, Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the three ball in his last year of college, hitting over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
No doubt passing is a premium for this team game of the NBA. We love the individual star power, but it is a team game. Are there any playmakers out there that don't get, Doris, you think, enough credit for all that they do for their team?
Well, the first guy that comes to mind is a man that Steve Kerr described as probably the smartest single basketball player he has ever been around, and that's Andre Iguodala. The numbers in terms of his scoring, obviously not eye-popping, but his incredible defense and then his elite passing skills have been so critical to so many championship teams.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Carter-Williams, the pass to Biyombo. Kicks to Fournier. Launches a three. The Clippers grab the miss. Jokic has got his sixth rebound on the night. Dishes it to Carter-Williams. Passes it to Biyombo. Williams against Fournier. Williams with the block. Fires from 14. Foul. That's good.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial sixth man of the year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Marvin Bagley's checked in for Biyombo. Alinari comes in for Daniel Tice. Aaron Gordon is checking in for Hachimura. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Fournier. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Here's Jackson. Here's Okafor. And that one is off. Great D that time from Bagley. To the paint. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Russell.
What a gamer this guy is. D'Angelo Russell relishing the opportunity to play through contact.
And Beverly kicks to Carter. And here is Okafor. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Russell with the rebound. The Magic have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And it's blocked by Gordon.
How about the timing of Aaron Gordon? This guy has got the ability to rise up and send it back.
.146 left in the first half of the game. Outside, George. Lock at 6. Carter, the pass to Shamet. No good that time. And Orlando will come the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Outside, Russell. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Here's Gordon, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Clippers leading by 10. Now Beverly. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State. Outside for George. Now the pass to Carter. Shamet with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
Outside, Russell. Another miss by Orlando.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely...
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Kevin, that is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Here's Russell. 6 points for him. Launches it. A shot, no good. And so it's Los Angeles with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Their transition game has been in full effect. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 14. Kenny?
Well, we're seeing what it looks like when Paul George takes over.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Paul George really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Carter out there with Jokic, and it's Beverly in at the point.
Boy, when you look at the numbers and the impact for Paul George, there is no question he's been in the MVP conversation. The outside shooting, the ability to attack the rim, and the force he is on the defensive end, just so impressive.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Gordon.
I'll tell you, if you're not guarding Aaron Gordon tight and getting into his space, he is going to burn you in catch-and-shoot situations.
And Jokic gets it to go. And Doris with George and his offense last season might have been his best effort yet.
Yeah, Kevin, he had to take on more responsibility on the offensive end, and you could tell he has shot more and more threes. He gives his team a much-needed outside threat. You loved everything Paul George is able to give you.
Bagley against Jokic. The offensive rebound.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And it's Beverly missing. And so it's Bagley with it. He brings it up for Orlando. They trail by 14. Pass to Gordon. He kicks to Russell. Pass to Gallinari. This one for three. The rebound by Paul George. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Shot from 12. Gallinari with the rebound.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Fournier. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jokic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Shamet. Sweet little floater. And the Clippers lead by 16. Doris, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Biombo, he's checked in for Marvin Bagley. Daniel Tice comes in for Gallinari. And it's Hachimura in for Aaron Gordon. Powell, that's good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Russell passes to Hachimura. To stop the drought. Chalk up 2 there.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Russell against Jackson. Passes to Jokic. Shoots over Biombo. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Williams. Williams has got 3 assists tonight. The Magic trail by 18. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Fournier. Rebound by the Clippers. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Jackson. That shot is off. Nice D from Russell. Here's Hachimura. Guarded by Powell. And that one's good. Hachimura. Hachimura's got 6.
When Russell gets his teammates involved, it makes this entire team better, and it'll make him more effective at the point position.
Shoots from 14. Second shot opportunity. In deep. Jokic drops it in. And the Clippers lead by 18.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Russell looking it over. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Now, I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
And not hard to see why.
Thank you. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Isaac, and it's Chris in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Toronto, Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem, and it's Bellinelli in at the 3 slot. Curry fires from way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Fantastic backcourts facing off tonight in this one, Smitty. Let me ask you, do you think this is a guard-centric league right now?
Kevin, it is. And no matter how tall you are and what position, pretty much 90% of the guys now can dribble, they can pass, they can shoot. We have guys that are 7-footers that we're calling guards. So I think right now this is a guard-oriented league.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Raptors. It's a 3-point game. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in San Francisco.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls, and of course went on to win it.
They forced the issue and made the defense hack them to death last game. I'm sure they'll try to mirror that same attack in this one. The Golden State Warriors, so great offensively. People forget about their defense. Their length and IQ make them tough to deal with, especially in the playoffs.
The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Bellinelli kicks to Siakam. And Lowry has it in the corner. 5 to shoot. The 3. Draymond Green grabs the miss. In the last couple seasons, Golden State's defense in the regular season slipping off just a bit.
You know what I think what happens is, with their elite offense, I think they started to rest a bit more on defense. Also, when you've been to the finals 5 straight years, some coasting can occur.
Both free throws good from Green. And Draymond Green does so much on the floor. It's hard to quantify by any measurement.
And people have called Draymond a product of the system before. But I don't care where he is. Draymond is going to be a major impact with his defense and playmaking.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
Nice shot by Thompson.
And of all the things Thompson provides, this is still his specialty. Over 42% for his career from 3.
To the middle. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Here's Curry. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, at this point, it's undeniable that Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. You talk about guys like Ray Allen, he has passed up. That is big time.
Marc Gasol has checked in for Serge Ibaka. Then for the Warriors, Portis, he's checked in for Chris. And it's Barnes in for Isaac. Here's Lowry. That one, no good. Great D that time from Portis. And there are no metrics to deny. What Curry is doing is incredible.
And at this point, we take his jaw-dropping feats for granted. He passes the numbers test, and he certainly passes the eye test. Curry, the best at what he does.
Siakam misses.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Here's Curry. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
I love Curry's toughness, the work ethic. You can tell he cares.
Siakam against Portis. And it's in there. Siakam's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Man, he has come out focused and efficient. Love what he's doing at the offensive end.
Thompson outside. 3-pointer. No good there. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. The pass to DeRozan. Uses the glass to finish the layup. DeRozan's got 7 points in the game.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
Curry against Lowry. Off his foot, and the ref saying he kicked it. Andre Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Toronto. Davis comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Here's Thibault. Inside, it's deflected. Here's Portis, and Gasol sends it back.
Love how Gasol patrols the court, always on the lookout to reject a shot.
And there's the call on Curry. That is his first foul of the game. The Raptors making a switch here. Boucher is checked in. Dion Waiters checked in for Golden State. Here's Lowry. Hits the front of the rim and out. Warriors leading by 3. And Waiters, here we go. Hand hit from in close.
There's the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
It's tipped and stolen by Barnes. Raiders on the wing over Lowry. That shot off the mark. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Warriors lead by 3. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. All the great Golden State Warrior scores. Draymond Green spoke about feeding the hot hand.
I think there are times where one...
Well, why not? Green knows that, Greg, if you're in the zone, keep firing.
And with his unselfishness and vision, Green more often than not is the one setting the table.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And that's their strategy. Try to overwhelm you. Try to put you in a hole you have to dig yourself out of.
They've got Lowry. He's out there with Davis. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Boucher in at the power forward. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Raiders against Lowry. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Dion Waiters.
You know he's only 6 feet tall. Kyle Lowry, though, is fearless attacking the rim.
Raptors have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Toronto. Chris, he's checked in for the Warriors. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Barnes.
And over the last few seasons, Kyle Lowry's scoring trending downward. His assists increasing, though, dramatically, relying more on his teammates to get the job done.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. And he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. And we've seen Lowry settling for more perimeter shots in recent years.
I mean, he's always had a great motor, but you have to adapt as you get older. Some back issues starting to creep in, and important for him to stay healthy along the way.
Here's Isaac. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Davis. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Toronto. Only given up 2 points this quarter. And Lowry gets it to go. Lowry's got the lead up to 3 now for the Raptors.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
Here's Thibault. And again, no good by Golden State. The Raptors have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Davis. Warriors with the rebound. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Pass to Isaac. 6 on the shot clock to the inside. 7-foot shot. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Muscala. Hey, Smitty, every NBA player has their Mount Rushmore. Every NBA fan does. The 4 players they consider the best of all time. So I'll ask you, who is on your NBA Mount Rushmore?
I would say Michael Jordan, Kevin, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kobe Bryant. Those are my 4.
And let's check out the stats for Curry. Coming off a terrific season. Last season, 27 points per, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
Barnes finds Thompson. Curry against Davis. Green breaking loose. That gives them the lead. 9 points for Steph Curry.
Well, this is the thing with Steph. Doesn't just live at the three-point line.
Siakam looking around. Poked away. Barnes with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. Down low. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Barnes. And now a 3-point Warrior lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Davis kicks to DeRozan. Passes it to Bellinelli. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. And the Raptors miss again. Warriors leading by 3. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Curry with the 3, and Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Marcus All's checked in for Serge Ibaka. And Golden State also making a change. Portis is checked in. 16 seconds left to play here in the half. Now Davis. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. From deep. The shot off that time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Warriors. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. The second. And
if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Curry has been sensational.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Isaac out there with Green, and it's Chris in at the 5 spot. The Italian Marco Bellinelli, one of the league's best sharpshooters, and Greg very comfortable shooting on the move.
He always seems to be floating one way or the other on his shot. It wouldn't work for most shooters, but he uses it to evade the D.
Count that one from Isaac.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Out left to the wing. Ibaka wide open. He finds. And it's off from 3-point range. Now here's Isaac. Bellinelli is covering. And here is Isaac. 5 points in the game. Here's Thompson. That shot, no good. Good D by Siakam. Raptors trail by 3. Lowry feeling it out a bit. Pass to Ibaka. Green with the block.
You know, so much of Draymond's rim protection comes from positioning. But this time, he just flat out got it.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half. Out to Thompson, takes the 3. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And it's 6 points for Klay Thompson.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Outside Lowry. Top of the key, Ibaka. And it's Ibaka again missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Green, the pass to Curry. From deep three-point range. No good on that one. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
And Raptors president of basketball operations, Masai Ujiri, not just doing an amazing job in Toronto, he's also had a huge role in the growing of the game in Africa.
Growing up in Nigeria, he fell in love with the game of basketball, and he has worked his way up. Now he's given a hand back, building pathways for others to follow in his footsteps, bringing the development and leadership to the continent.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Boucher is checked in, and it's Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in for Bellinelli.
It's a treat to watch his ball handling. He has the basketball on a string.
Outside DeRozan. And they get it. It's hauled in by Thibault.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And the Raptors call time here.
And for the Warriors, 5 straight finals appearances, something that hasn't been done since Bill Russell's Celtics of the 60s.
And those 5 appearances, Greg, produced 3 titles and was close to another one. Last year's finals not ending the way they wanted. Injuries certainly played a role. We'll see if they can make it back this season.
Marc Gasol's checked in for Toronto. Davis comes in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Curry. He's got 13. Barnes outside. The pass to Portis. Here's Thibault. DeRozan defending. Lock at 6. And it's Toronto with the rebound. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Warriors leading by 8. Pass to Thibault. Now here's Curry. From outside the arc. Here's Green, and he makes good on the layup. Green's got his second bucket of the night.
Fantastic job by Draymond. I'll say this to you. He knows what work is.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Passes it to Hollis-Jefferson. Barnes against DeRozan. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down to 8. Again, the points coming from Hollis-Jefferson.
DeMar's a magnet for defensive attention. You see the overreaction leading to a wide open man.
Curry with it. Oh, he got it to go!
I can't believe it.
That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
I didn't think that shot had any chance of going in. Just shows you that anything can happen in this game.
And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Davis is out there at DeRozan. And it's Marc Gasol. And it's Hollis-Jefferson in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Thibault. DeRozan defending. Back to Waiters over Davis. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket. And Smitty, for teams that tend to go deep into the playoffs year after year, season after season, it takes, I'm assuming, a mental toll as well as a physical toll.
It does, and that mental toll is just as hard as that physical toll on your body and your mind. And I think for teams that have great leadership and development of those young guys that can play some of those minutes, they usually bowl well.
Here's Waiters. The shot will not fall, so the Raptors will take it the other way.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job. Well-timed play with a powerful ending. DeMar DeRozan, he went got that one.
Portis, the pass to Thibault. Now here's Green. DeRozan defending. Waiters outside. Just 5 on the clock. Barnes rejected by Gasol. There's Hollis Jefferson. It's good. Warriors leading by 9. Timeout called the Warriors.
Over a decade in Memphis for Marc Gasol. Even played his high school basketball there. Now a new phase.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
And when you spend as much time in one city as Marc Gasol and mean as much as he did to the Grizzlies franchise in that city of Memphis, you know what, Smitty? It's got to be tough to move on.
I'm sure, Kevin, for both sides. Regardless of what he accomplished moving forward, this jersey is getting retired in Memphis. No question about it.
Raptors trail by 11. Here's Lowry, and the layup's good off the glass.
And there are guys who can drive like Lowry, but not many that can shoot as well, too. That's what opens up his penetration game.
Curry dishes to Green. Pass to Chris. Outside, Green. 6 to shoot. The 3. They grab their own miss. Here's Thompson, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Here's Curry. 5 on the clock. From deep. Gallinelli pulls it in.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
1:56 left in the fourth quarter. DeRozan against Thompson. From 10 feet out, DeRozan gets the bucket.
Physical defense, but DeRozan with great focus and great upper body strength.
Warriors leading by 7. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Curry is inside. Now recovering. Had a hand on it.
And what you like about Siakam as a rim protector, the strong fundamentals, able to affect shots without fouling.
Lowry from outside. Toronto gets it back with a new 14. Lowry against Curry. Out to Chris. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And the Warriors lead by 9. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the Raptors. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And the Raptors call time here. They're behind by 9. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside,
he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. To the inside, Chris gets the bucket. And now it's an 11-point Warrior lead.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
DeRozan, that's good.
DeMar DeRozan's bread and butter. He has a great feel from the mid-range.
Curry passes to Green. Back to Curry, and out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
Here's Farrell. Johnson outside. From deep three-point range. Farrell can't hit. Now here's Barnes. So we see the Warriors get the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.